the front row.
Heat race number 1 for the sprint cars is off and racing. Krutchka goes to the top. Zimbardi trying to take it over on the bottom side, but Krutchka has the lead for now. Here comes Zimbardi again trying to throw the slide job.
Zimbardi gets awful close, but Mikey Krutchka holds down the momentum on the high side and is your leader on lap 1. The Juice challenges on the bottom.
It looked like Sammy Stice may have gotten into the front stretch wall a little bit. The number 40 is falling back through the field. Here comes Brian Howland. He started near the back. He's up to 4th already.
Brian Howland's a guy that has struggled immensely here in 2012, but he's up there in the 4th. Meanwhile, at the front, the Juice, Jared Zimbardi gets by Mikey Krutchka for the lead.
Zimbardi and Howland, 2 guys from New York who come down here and they're very fast. A lot of the time they're here, and they're looking tonight to get a good tune-up for the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. It's working out pretty well right now for Zimbardi as he is in the lead at the halfway mark.
4 laps in, 4 to go here in England Machine and Tool Heat Race number 1. The Juice, Jared Zimbardi your leader. Mitch Brown now into the 2nd slot. Mikey Krutchka sits 3rd, and 4th is flying Brian Howland. He right now, I believe, would have collected the most passing points to this point in the race.
Krutchka still trying to make that top side work, but it looks like the middle is the place to be right now as Zimbardi and Brown now go down to the bottom side in turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go now for Zimbardi.
2 more trips around as the leader now works it down the back chute. Zimbardi your leader, Brown in 2nd as we take the white flag one more time around.
Zimbardi continues to lead. Krutchka got squirrely there with a turn 4. He now goes to the bottom side in turn number 1. Zimbardi will come around turns 3 and 4 the final time. Brown's gaining on him, but he's not going to get this one. Zimbardi will get the win. 2nd is Brown. Then it's Krutchka and Howland in the top 4. Then it's Malloy, Patrick, Daniel, Tyler Rand, and Sammy Stice.
So there's your winner of England Machine and Tool Heat Race number 1 out of Salamanca, New York in the bundle of warm Zimbardi Electric. Car number 35, it's the Juice, Jared Zimbardi.
Race number 2 underway. Sprintcar out front in the 0. Here comes Hoopinen trying to gain some ground in the 27H. He's right on the tail end of the leader now as we complete lap number 1.
Hoopinen with a great jump. Got a great run out of turn 4, and he brings it right up the back end of Glenn Steyer. Dane Nida, Chris Steele, and Hoddick switching it up with the back pretty good.
3 wide there for a moment between Steele, Nida, and Turner. And now Nida gets around Turner and up into the 3rd spot. Hoopinen still trying to figure out a way around Steyer.
Steyer's up on the top side. Hoopinen comes to the bottom here. They nearly touch out of turn 4. They get straight down into 1. Hoopinen, the new leader. Steyer's trying to battle back on the outside.
Well, Hoopinen, the new leader, as you said, Quentin Steyer's back to 2nd, and now he trips over the cushion in turn 3. He'll back up a little bit there. Steele now up to 3rd as he got around Nida, and now Turner goes for a bit of a slide up there in turn 4, and Hoddick will try to go after him.
Hoopinen all out in front with the 5-Star Racing Products 27H. Big lead now as he stretches it out ahead of Glenn Steyer. Chris Steele running in the 3rd spot, Dane Nida 4th. Not a whole lot of action going on right now.
Amy Turner looks squirrely in his hot lap session in that number 11 and still doesn't look to have the handle on that newer chassis for that car after it was flipped earlier this year. Turner's still trying to get a handle on that machine.
White flag coming this time. Tom Hoopinen comes around. He will wrap it up in one more circuit. Big lead still ahead of Steyers and Chris Steele.
Hoopinen out front and looking for another checkered flag, and he will come around and get the heat race win. 2nd at the line, it will be Steyers as Steele made a last-ditch effort. He will get 3rd. Then it is Nida, Hoddick, Turner, Carter Mahoney. Mike Farrell will come around and finish up as well.
So your winner of Drysdale Racing Products Heat Race number 2 out of Fenwick, Ontario in the 27H is the Fenwick Flyer, Tom Hupinen. The engines, car number 71 is Travis Cunningham. Quick flag displayed. We'll go green flag. Second starting spot, green flag in the air.
Hupinen and Dempster get the early jump. Shane Ross trying to go underneath the 30G of Goldner, and they bring it around out the backside of 2, and it's Kruder now working with Shane Ross for 3rd.
Keith Dempster makes a charge on the bottom towards Jim Hupinen, and he will grab the lead of the line, very twitchy off the corner.
Jim Hupinen up to the high side, don't see him up there too much, been pretty much a bottom feeder for the last couple of seasons, and running very good down low. Dempster right down there, and Hupinen having to get on the brakes. He was all up the back tail tank.
2 laps into this, 6 to go, and Travis Cunningham is on the move. This is a race where he could be the Nathan Ackland State Farm Top Gun Award winner. He started in 8th, he's worked his way to 5th, and passing points are key. He's making them up right now.
Dempster stretching it out ahead of Jim Hupinen by a pretty big margin. Shane Ross now getting underneath Goldner as he steps up to the high side in 2. Off of 4 though, Dempster looking very strong.
Keith Dempster, your leader down the backstretch. It's a big pass by Travis Cunningham into 3rd. He picks up 2 more cars on the passing point scale. Put him into 3rd spot. Shane Ross back to 4th. Goldner back to 5th.
Cunningham having a dream season here in the 71 wheelhouse. Multi-time feature winner, the point leader, and he comes off turn 4 chasing Keith Dempster and Jim Hupinen. But he's only got 2 laps to go. He's going to need a caution to make up that ground.
I'm pretty secure right now in thinking that he will be the Top Gun Award winner just by the way the other 2 heats went. No one has made the amount of passes that Travis Cunningham has made. White flag is out, 1 more trip around.
Keith Dempster will be satisfied to come around as a qualifying race winner tonight. We'll put him in a good spot, should make the redraw. I don't see why he wouldn't. He passed a couple to get there. Checkers down for Keith Dempster and Jim Hupinen. Cunningham, as you mentioned, top of the passing points list unofficially now with Ross and Goldner.
It'll be Scott Kruder, John Burbridge Jr., and Stan Sankin. So your winner of Best Western Carecroft Heat Race number 3 out of Alton, Ontario in the Ohsweken Speedway Rochester Nighthawks car number 5, it's Keith Dempster.
Kruder gets a big jump on Havard Daniels, the New Zealander. Back there in 2nd, he'll bring it to the bottom. His teammate, Jamie Turner, trying to come around the outside for 2nd. He'll tuck in down the back straightaway.
Kruder pulling out to a big lead now, side by side the teammates, Daniels and Turner for the 2nd spot. Mahoney holding down 3rd. Tyler Rand missed the drivers meeting, had to start tail. He's in a transfer spot right now in the 84.
They work the side here into 1 and 2. Kruder again, and this track starting to dust up a little bit, getting very slick through the middle. Turner still holding on 3rd. Malloy trying to come back at him.
Kruder opening up a big lead now. He's been a guy who's been quick here, winning a lot of heat races this year, but right now in the B-main trying to get a checkered flag done in that one. Daniels now 2nd solidly, Turner 3rd. Here comes Rand trying to get 4th away from Mahoney.
They bring it around once again. It is Malloy back up on the wheel trying to catch Tyler Rand as they come back through. Still your leader, Kruder, by a full straightaway over Havard Daniels.
This guy's getting a good look at the track and what it might be like when they come out for their feature later on. And that's the good part of being in the B-main. The bad part is they're going to have to start 17th or worse. And right now, Kruder's got his sights set on that spot.
Kruder's got a big lead and stretching it out nearly a full straightaway. or sorry, a full half a track. Now as he gets away even farther from Havard Daniels, J.D. Turner has not been able to catch the New Zealander as Havard holds on to second.
Kruder will come around and get the 2 to go signal this time by. 2 to go for the leader. Kruder is second right now. Daniels running the bottom side, then Turner running the top side. Tyler Red gaining on Turner.
Everybody trying to find a bit of traction around here as this track really slicking up. Getting down to the backside of this one. One more lap to go. As Scott Kruder leads him around the middle of 1 and 2.
Kruder running the bottom and the middle groove pretty well right now in 1 and 2. And he comes around 3 and 4. One final time. He will get the checkered flag and the B-main victory. Second, it will be Daniels. Third, now it will be Rand. Fourth will be Mahoney as Turner slides back at the end. He will get fifth. Then it's Burbridge, Stice, Sanchin, and Farrell.
Your winner of the B main tonight, the straight shooter Scott Kruder in the 49, Havard Daniels in the 9NZ, Tyler Rand.
Lots of heavy hitters starting at the front of this field tonight. 12 of the first 13 starters have a feature win here at the track, including Tom Huppinen, the 2009 track champion who rockets out into the lead.
Huppinen out to the early lead. Glenn Styres in second. Crutchman in third, and Mitch Brown sitting in fourth as we complete lot number 1 of 20.
Styres going to the top side again, Huppinen to the bottom again, just like they were in their heat races, and right now it's working out better for Huppinen. Here comes Brian Howland up through the pack. He's trying to get around the 35, up Jared Zavardi and up into the top 5.
Brian Howland having a much better night tonight than what he did during the Northern Summer Nationals night 1 week ago. He struggled at Ohsweken this season, finally in the top 5 for car 51.
So Huppinen leads with 3 laps on the board. Styres still second, but Styres has had a habit this year of coming on in the second half of this race, so we will wait until the last 10 laps or so of this one to see what the zero has left. Meanwhile, Huppinen sees some slower traffic already in front of him.
Right now, as the field sits coming down to complete lap number 5, Tom Huppinen is your leader. Glenn Styres sits second. Mikey Krutchker run third. Mitch Brown is fourth, and fifth is Jared Zimbardi. Brian Howland sixth. Dave Knight is seventh. Eighth right now will be Brian Howland. Dave Knight eighth. Ninth, Travis coming in, and 10th, Shane Ross.
We talked about how Howland was moving forward, but now Chris Steele is one of the drivers on the move. He's gotten around Howland up into the 6th spot, and he's starting to chase down Zimbardi now as everybody searching for grip on the bottom other than Styres.
The leader is in traffic right on the back tail tank of the 5C of Connor Mahoney. The leader is losing a little bit of ground, I think, maybe to Styres, who is doing well on the top side.
Styres gets through the lap traffic as well as anybody, and Huppinen, another guy who gets through it pretty well, so we're going to see who can get around them the best, as many of the lap cars are running in Huppinen's line.
Leaders work down the backstretch. Tom Huppinen had to go 3 wide down into the corner number 3, but here comes Glenn Styres back in the top side.
Styres has definitely made up some ground now on Huppinen, who sees cars racing side by side in front of him, and he's going to have to pick his way through here. Kruchka so far in the 3rd spot, not able to make up much ground on the front two.
Styres running that top groove, troubles down the front stretch for Stephen Goldner. He pounds the outside wall hard and continues to ride it down into corner number 1, bringing out the yellow flag.
Well, Steve Goldner got into the wall there. He did a good job to keep it up there and not get back down into the line of traffic.
So now Tom Huppinen doesn't have to worry about the lap traffic for a while.
That's going to be important for Glenn Styres to make a big blast to the high side in turn 1 here. Make your move right now and get Huppinen off his game. They've got a lot of lap cars between them and back to the Kruchka and Mitch Brown cars, so they do have a fair bit of insurance. They just got to duke it out between the two of them.
Yeah, Yeah, Clinton, you're right. Running the bottom is all about hitting your marks, and if Hoopinen gets in a rhythm here, it's going to be tough for Styres to catch him, so Styres definitely needs to try to get something done here on this restart.
Single file past the restart cone. Tom Hoopinen gets on it, and we're underway. 9 laps in, 11 to settle it. Here are the A main.
Hoopinen gets a good restart. Styres pounds it in on the top side and pushes way up in turn 2, and that's going to give about a half straightaway lead to Hoopinen. As we get back going again, Mitch Brown trying to get underneath Kruska for third.
Cross flight good this time by the leader. Tom Hoopinen troubles up in corner number 3 for Shane Ross, whose car is not under power, and the yellow flag comes out. So Shane Ross out of Thetford, Ontario, the rookie driver, having troubles up in corner 3. The car lost all power.
Well, it could be anything up there in turn 3, Greg. Could be as simple as the car getting knocked out of gear. If you're new here tonight, we'll explain to you these cars don't have starters, do not have clutches. We've seen some guys be super hot and then not quite have the luck the next year. We see it happen in Deptford. Dykes are pretty much all our champions. Can we call it a champion's curse? Not yet, but soon enough, maybe.
Well, speaking of the championship, keep an eye on where those contenders are. Chris Steele up just outside the top 5. Travis Cunningham a little bit further outside the top 5. So right now he would stand to lose a few points on Chris Steele.
Going back to green flag racing, single file past the cone. Tom Hoopinen on it, and we're back underway. 10 laps to settle it here in the Corpac Merchandising Sprintcar A main.
This time Styres gets a much better run on the restarts through corner 1 and 2, and he is right on the back end of Hoopinen as they get down and complete another lap.
3 wide through the third corner as you had Nida, Steele, and Cunningham all going at it. Smartly, Berberich backed out of it.
Styres all over the back end now of Hoopinen. Got a much better restart, and it's paying off for Styres. But now Hoopinen will switch lanes and block a move just for the moment.
Styres to the outside, and that Case IH O'Neill Farm Equipment car number 0 takes a look to the Fenwick Flyer. It's the Oshwegan Flyer in the 0 trying to make the charge here across the stripe.
Well, Hoopinen can hear him, and he switched lanes to run up in the middle groove here to try to keep Styres from taking that line out of turn number 2. It's working so far. Here comes Styres to the bottom, though.
Tricked you, went to the bottom, but he washes up the banking. Hoopinen back to the lead down the front stretch.
We've seen this before from Styres with the slide jobs in 3 and 4, and eventually it often pays off for him. Now to the inside, down the back stretch again.
Styres goes down to the bottom groove. This time doesn't get as far up the track, but he still leaves the bottom door open, and Tom Hoopinen will slide right by. He'll lead lap 15.
5 laps left to go. Who's it going to be? Styres again. Will try the same move down into turn 3, but backs out of it this time. Couldn't get his good of a run.
4 laps to go this time by for Tom Hoopinen. Glenn Styres sizing up the 27.8. Lap traffic may play a factor. Meanwhile, Brad Malloy a little slow in corner 2.
One of the best sprint car features we've seen all year at the Speedway, side by side with less than 5 laps to go. And now Styres will nose ahead at the line.
Styres has the lead, but lap traffic right there in his sights. Hoopinen will look down to the bottom side. He'll get a run coming off of corner 2.
Now Hoopinen pinches Styres between the lap car, or does he? Styres dives it to the middle. Hoopinen has the lead for the moment, but Styres going to get a run out of turn 4.
2 more laps to go. The leader's thick in traffic right now. Who's going to win this feature? Styres all over the back end of Hoopinen.
Hoopinen now puts the lap car of Kruder between himself and Styres, and will that be the move that wins this race? Still another lap left to go. White flag out now for Hoopinen.
1 more trip around, and Styres can't get any fight off the 4th corner. He'll dive it down in low. Hoopinen, your leader, going down the back chute.
Hoopinen down the backstretch one more time. Mitch Brown has spun to the infield, but it won't matter. Hoopinen off a corner for the final time, and he will get the feature win. Second will be Styres. Third, Kruchka. Fourth will be Howland, and top 5 for Jared Zimbardi.
A fantastic finish in the Corpac Merchandising Sprint Car A main event. Tom Hoopinen will go to Engine Pro Racing winner's circle. So Tom Hoopinen in the 27H will go to victory lane. Glenn Styres second in the 0-01 of Mikey Kruchka third. Brian Howland in the 51 will be fourth. Jared Zimbardi will finish fifth. 6 through 10, Chris Steele, Dane Nida, Jim Hoopinen, Travis Cunningham, And what a comeback for Jamie Turner. Had to come through the B main, started in 21st to finish 10th after destroying his car last week here in the qualifying heats. So there's your winner out of Fenwick, Ontario in the 5-Star Racing Products. Car number 27H, the Fenwick Flyer, Tom Hoopinen.
And the Fenwick Flyer still working on getting the safety equipment off. He's out of the car. He can hear you. Make some noise for your feature winner, Tom Hoopinen. Well, Tom, you got the Top Gun award, and now you kind of cemented that. You're the Top Gun in the feature, too.
Yeah, that was awesome. Here's been kind of up and down for me. Wrecked it once on my own. I guess this will make up for that.
Well, talk about that race you have with Glenn Styres. That was one of the best sprint car races we've seen this year here at the track, trading slide shops down there in turn 4. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, Glenn's a tough competitor, and he, over the years I've raced with him side by side many times, and we bumped a few times and apologized to each other. And, you know, it was just a great race, very clean. I heard him coming and gave him a little extra room, and he did the same for me. And that's what racing's all about.
Well, who do you want to thank for helping you get back here to the Engine Pro Racing Winner's Circle?
Oh man, definitely Adam and Mark at 5-Star Racing Products. We built this car ourselves, so we went through from scratch, you know, frame and everything. New gen engines with the power under the hood. Big call out for them, and they've been they deserve more than they get credit for it. All I just want is Thirst and just getting this on this year. I don't know, I can't think right now.
There he is, that's Tom Hoopinen. He's your feature winner in the Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars tonight. And he will get some photos taken down here in the Engine Pro Racing Winner's Circle, and then we're going to get ready for our 50-lap Lighthouse Tattoos Thunderstock Brock Leonard Memorial 50.